What's the worst case of main character syndrome you've witnessed? My roommate Jake threw himself a surprise birthday party and invited everyone except the person whose apartment it was, me. I came home from my double shift at the restaurant to find 30 people in my living room. My couch was covered in strangers drinking from my good glassware. My kitchen looked like a tornado hit it. And Jake was standing on my coffee table giving some speech about how grateful he was for his amazing place. I'm standing in my own doorway like a complete idiot when Jake finally notices me. Oh, hey man, didn't expect you back so early from work. He doesn't invite me in to my own apartment. Instead, he steps into the hallway and pulls the door mostly closed behind him like I'm some unwanted neighbor. We're just celebrating my birthday real quick, he says, positioning himself like a bouncer. Should wrap up in a few hours. Through the crack in the door, I can see people eating takeout containers on my dining table, using my PlayStation, and I kid you not, one girl is wearing my favorite hoodie, the expensive one my mom got me for Christmas. Jake, this is literally my apartment, I say loud enough that some people inside might hear. Don't be weird about it, dude. It's just a party. You can hang out in your room if you want. That's when it clicks. I remember seeing Jake on the phone earlier this week, and him quickly ending calls when I walked in. I remember him asking weird questions about when I'd be working late, and I definitely remember the lease renewal papers sitting on my desk that he's been eyeing. I realize Jake's been telling people he lives here alone. I push past him into my living room. People are everywhere, sitting on my furniture, going through my Netflix account on the TV, and someone's even rearranging my bookshelf to make room for birthday decorations. I walk straight to my bedroom, grab the lease documents and my rental agreement, and come back to the party. I clear my throat loud enough to get everyone's attention. Hey everyone, having a great time at Jake's party? The room erupts in cheers. Jake's face immediately goes white, but he tries to play it cool. Real quick question before you all get back to celebrating. Jake, what's the address here? He rattles off our apartment number confidently, probably thinking I'm just being friendly. Perfect. And whose name is on the lease for this place? Jake's smile starts faltering. Well, technically both of ours are, but actually, I hold up the papers, just mine. Jake's been subletting from me for 6 months. Illegally, I might add, since our building doesn't allow sublets. You could hear a pin drop. People start looking around confused, like they're suddenly seeing the apartment differently. So when Jake told you all this was his place and invited you to his birthday party here, he forgot to mention one tiny detail. He doesn't actually live here. He's basically my tenant who doesn't pay rent on time. A girl near the kitchen asks, wait, so whose food are we eating? Mine! And whose couch are you sitting on? Mine! And that hoodie you're wearing? Also mine. My mom gave me that for Christmas. The girl immediately starts taking off the hoodie, looking mortified. Jake tries to jump in. Okay guys, this is just a misunderstanding. No misunderstanding. I cut him off. You threw yourself a party in someone else's home without asking permission, told everyone it was your place, and treated me like an intruder when I came home from work. Someone asks if they should leave, and honestly, I felt bad for the guests. They had no idea. Actually, you know what? Please stay. But let's be clear about whose party this really is now. I walk over to my Bluetooth speaker and connect my phone. Since this is my apartment, we're switching to my music playlist. Baby Shark starts blasting at full volume. And since it's my kitchen, I'm making my favorite party snack for everyone. Canned tuna sandwiches with expired mayo. I start loudly opening cabinets, pulling out the most unappetizing food combinations I can find. Who wants sardines and peanut butter? How about some 3-week-old leftover Chinese food? People are grabbing their coats and heading for the door. Jake is frantically trying to explain to his friends, but they're not having it. One guy actually apologized to me on his way out. Dude, we had no idea. Jake said this was his place. Within 15 minutes, my apartment is completely empty except for Jake standing there holding a sad piece of birthday cake and looking like his world just collapsed. Bro, you didn't have to embarrass me like that in front of everyone. I look at him, genuinely amazed by his audacity. You threw yourself a birthday party in someone else's home without permission, lied to all your friends about living here, blocked me from entering my own apartment, and you think I'm the one who embarrassed you? It's not that serious. Jake, you literally had people wearing my clothes. He moved out 2 weeks later. I helped him pack just to make sure he was really leaving. Found my hoodie and his stuff, along with several of my books and my good kitchen knife. Still haven't figured out how he thought that plan was going to work long term.